Good morning. So this is Monday and it's week 6. So I'm here to give you your coming attractions. First, you will be reading chapter 15 in our textbook. I got to tell you though, before I go further, I am so excited about this week because this is when we as leaders have the provocative conversations that we need to in order to advance the initiatives we wish to see, but also the efforts of our staff. So you're going to read some articles regarding reframing, implementation science. What difference does difference make? I also gave you a playlist of some really incredible TED Talks, and I'm asking that you select 3 to watch and then let them influence your participation in the discussion boards. I want to remind you that one of the things about gaps in disparity is that there are really tragic outcomes if we're not careful. And I want you to look into a couple of things. Last week I mentioned Allison Felix, who's one of my new heroes. And I want you to look at the Black Maternal Health Momnibus Act of 2021 and see what you think about it. It's advancing quickly, but it's an incredibly important topic. I want you to note that our discussion boards are about disparity in healthcare and also about mandated vaccinations as we face changes always in our dealings with coronavirus. And now with the Delta variant, it's incredibly important for us to see where we are. And also I want you to consider if you have hesitancy about the vaccination, and certainly that's an important thing for everybody to decide, and only you can decide. There are efforts now that say that hopefully the vaccinations might be completely approved by the CDC by the end of August. If there was full approval and it wasn't just emergency, would that be different for you? All of those are important. You also have an essay that you're going to do about disparity. But finally, I do want to remind you that you have your case study coming up next week. Please allocate the right amount of time so you can do what you need to do. Finally, if you have any questions or problems, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be grading discussions from week 5. Also, I'll be looking at and I want to take my time with them, but I am going to be grading your videos by tomorrow night. So, and finally, I want to close with a quote from Madeleine Albright. Madeleine Albright is an amazing woman. She was the Secretary of State. She is a diplomat. She calls herself a proverbial late bloomer. She said, we should use our opinions to start discussions, not to end them. So I want to remind you, as I ask about mandated vaccination discussion, or I ask you to talk about gaps in disparity in healthcare, I want you to remember that at all times we need to be respectful of people who don't think like we do. They are just as entitled to an opinion as we are. And I would like us to put our emotions at the door and then discuss in a more objective basis. Thank you so much. And I continue to enjoy everything that you all are doing with us in this class. Take care.